Oh, okay, we are on. All right. So let me just tell you, a lot of times I give an overview of what we're going to be doing. So I am letting you know right now that today's workout is going to be aimed at arms. A lot of times when you have, just go like this. Don't just swing them, push them right here. Kind of like doing an Egyptian arm type move. See, a lot of times you just start swinging and that's okay. But what I want you to do is bring it up with your elbow bent, and I want you to push out and then push down. So it's going to be up, push out, in, and push down. So that's the modality. So why do I have you do this rather than just swing your arms while you're walking? Because if you slow down and you do this one change as you're walking front to back, it makes your brain engage very differently than if you just start walking and swinging your arms, okay? So this is a very looked at, researched fact about working out and its impact on your brain, okay? Change up things. So we're going to change up things. And some of you may be saying, well, you change up things every time. And I know there's a reason for that. So see, I'm taking these little steps. Put your arms down, take a breath, swing right here, because if you were doing what I just now showed you, you were already going, oh my goodness, doesn't she know how many of these we've done? And I'm like, yes. Because when you don't just swing them, now see, I'm going like this for recovery. We're warming up and we're warming up your arms. Okay, I told you don't swing like this or swing. What did I say? You're walking, you're going to bring your arms up, and then you're going to push them out. See, that's what we were doing. So those of you coming on a little bit late, see, I'm walking back, and then I'm going to push out. So the back arm, the palm is up, the front arm, the palm is down. Okay, and just by taking these little changes and stepping with your arms up, push out instead of swinging. We'll swing to recover, but right now we're really starting to warm up and starting to work. And today is going to be about arms specifically. Yes, we will hit other things, but it's going to be about arms specifically. So see, I hip hinged, I drop my chin, and I just recover like this. So those kind of things. Your knees are soft, your butt is pushed back, okay? By just doing those little changes in this recovery move, you start to engage not only your quads, but your back extensors and your glutes, okay? So now I'm going to just turn, and here's my chair. Here's my chair that I'm going to be using now to step up on, to do all kinds of stuff on. I might suggest that if you don't have a wall or a counter close to you, so that you can have another point of balance, you might want to grab your pole. Okay, this is my little broomstick that I just put some tape on the end. So people, if you tell them about this class or something and they think they have to have a bunch of equipment, they do not. Okay, so here's my pole, and I'm going to do my first warm me up move. And see, I put my foot right here. But if you're not using a pole and you're just out here in the middle of the room, I will guarantee you, the minute you put your foot up there, many of you were over leaning. So what I want you to do is push back, just like we just did. Push back, tighten the tummy, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose if possible. If you use your pole, you want to keep your shoulder down, okay? So I am shifting my whole body. I'm not leaning. That's a big difference. A shift goes through the hips. And this is one of the, I would say, a trainer's secret into helping somebody really get their hips, their legs around the hip joint, this part of your leg, see there? So when I go shift, I shift my whole body and I innervate or fire up the gluteal and the quad. And I keep my hand here if I need it. Some of you might not need it, so you hold the pole here. And you shift and you go tap. And you shift and you're in your heels right now. Heels. Rib cage is up. And you come up and you drop and you shift and you go tap. You bring it down. So right now during these moves where we don't have a lot of weight, this is where you key up and tune up your shifting ability. Okay, so shift, so you go all the way into this side, stay upright, press really hard into the heel. You're going to be on all four corners, but you're going to be a little more into the heel. Okay, so my tummy's tight, my shoulders are down, shift, boom. Okay, so if I were going to at the same time get somebody's leg ready, hip back. So when you're talking skiing, hiking, gardening, okay, any of those things, bicycle riding, this is a great move. Learn it. I'm going to go shift, drop my shoulders, tighten in, breathe through my nose, tap, come back, shift, and come up. See that? Then I'm going to do just a series where I'm not going to come that high up. So I'm just going to go into, shift into one side, then the other side. So it's a breath, breath. Your hip is hinged and you're acting like you're going to bring your whole foot up. See, my knee is prominent in the lift, but I'm not coming up that high. Okay, I'm just taking my foot off the ground basically because I'm trying to get you to engage here in your quad, here in your glutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and come up and then come up and then come up, tap, and then come up, tap, and then come up, tap. And now if you're not using your pole, if you're using your pole for balance, that is perfectly fine. I want you to be safe. And I want you to, if you have balance issues, use a pole, use a wall, use a chair, use a counter. But if you can do this and then reach out with your hands or the hands with a pole, that's what you want to do. But as you're reaching out, you keep your tummy super tight and you keep your hands at shoulder height. That's kind of important here. You don't go higher. Okay, I'm just got a couple more here. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. And we're down to the last one. Good. Okay, here's my pole. I'm gonna put it right there on my chair. Okay. Now I'm gonna start to do the loading engagement. We've already started doing a lot of strength work as our warmed up goes, but now we're going to start to load. And I'm going to load with our body. So you see my chair? So I'm going to come into the chair with my hands. I got my gloves on. I'm going to put my whole hand on there, soften my elbow. I'm going to take my legs back. I'm going to do a push up with the butt as I'm softening my knees. And I'm doing a careful stretch of my shoulder. Those of you who have real concerns with your shoulder, try this one. Keep your elbows soft, almost like bent. because I don't want you to kick up an old injury. And a lot of times, this kind of move will facilitate a raised arm stretch because you're helping yourself with your chair here. So see, I'm going to rock to the heels as I stretch. Keep your elbows bent if you need to, but push back on your butt. Keep your chin tucked. Then come to the toes. Lift your heels. Your elbows are bent now, okay? Now we're going to go back, and we're going to push into the heels, and we're really stretching through the lats. That's these, and the back, and the shoulders. Now, lift your heels into your toes. Do a toe press. Elbows are bent. Do not flare your elbows here. Your elbows are bent, and you're coming in here as hard as you can to your hand, and then you're just going to rock from your heel to your toe. You're going to keep your chin tucked. Big breath into the nose, out through the nose. Elbows are bent. Breath. So every time I come into this move and I put all my pressure into my hands, I'm also going to have pressure into my toe box, both toes, okay? And as I do this move, I'm going to keep my hip very hinged, push my butt back, tight tummy. And as I push into my toes, we're only going to do a couple more here. I want to feel those quadriceps really working. Yes. Breath into the toes. Elbows are bent right here. Elbows are bent. They are not flared. They're pushing back toward my body here. Take a breath. Push. And as you're pushing into your hands, this is a question I want you to ask yourself. Right here, are your shoulders down? That's very important, especially if you've had shoulder issues or if you have been diagnosed with osteoporosis. This is a great move, but you must take precaution that your shoulders are down first. Then you can safely put pressure in through that area across the shoulders, right there. Okay, two more. Stay with me into the toe box. One more. Take a big breath. Da! Okay, put one foot up, one foot back, just for a second. So I'm gently into the arms now. My elbows are very bent, okay? And then I'm gonna bring that leg back and bring the other leg up. See that? And I'm stretching my heel down. So anybody that has had knee issues, ankle issues, foot issues, hamstring issues, do this gently, but do it. Because this is a great move for a gentle use of your hamstrings, but it's a really good stretch of the calf. And see, I'm not bending my knee right now in the back because I want to address that tightness in the calf, okay? So I'm going to keep my chin tucked. I'm stepping back, and every single time you step back into this move, you should keep your tummy super tight because this is basically a modified plank and it's trying to get better flexibility. It's aimed at you trying to get better flexibility in that calf as it relates to your Achilles, as it relates to your foot, underneath your foot. And you might want to just do a couple more. It's up to you and how tight you are in your calf. This should really address the situation. But again, my shoulders are down right now. My tummy is super tight. And as I go to step back and forth, I use my core really well. Okay, take a big breath. Both of them back. Up a little bit. Drop your chest. Soften your knees and push back with that butt. Now you're going to come grasp the sides of your chair and you're going to simply drop those hips, right? The hip bones right into the chair, the front of the chair. Your shoulders should be down right now. Definitely down. Big breath. Big breath. Now swing that butt up. Take a breath. Do it one more time. Bring those hips down. Drop your shoulders. Keep your chin tucked. And you're doing a really good hang 10 type thing. Okay? Keep your shoulders down. And then come back forth. Step in, and then press and step up. Take your hands right here beside your ears. See how I'm just putting them right here beside my ears, just like that? And my elbows are forward. See that? Okay, the minute I did that with you, and you put your hands here, some of you let go right here, and some of you took your shoulders up. I don't want that. I want the shoulders down. I want the hands right at the ears and shoulders down. My knees are soft. My tummy is tight, tight, tight. Then I'm just going to go out with my thumb up on one hand and bring it back. Okay? So I want you to be on all four corners of your feet right now. Elbows forward, shoulders down. And reach out with one hand, thumb is up, and then bring it back. And then do that again. And you're sitting into your feet, mostly your heels, with your knees very soft. Big breath, drop your shoulders. Breath, drop your shoulders. Breath, keep changing your hands, but I'm coming right to my ears. See this? Set into your heels. Knees are soft. Breath, go. Breath, go. Breath, keep your elbows forward. Big breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Woo! Breath, go. Shoulders down, shoulders down, shoulders down. Okay? One more, one more. Woo! Now keep your hands right here. Keep your hands right here at your ears. Open, open, open. So see, my palms now are all the way out, but they're right here at my ears. Okay? So drop your shoulders. My knees are soft. Keep your elbows open with your shoulders down. Yeah. Then take one hand and go out right here. Okay. If I were with you right this moment and you're in this position, you know where I put my hands? On top of your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Boom. Right like that. So see how I'm sitting back into my feet? I'm in a hip hinge, a slight hip hinge. My knees are soft, but big deal, my shoulders are down. So almost every time that I take my hand out like this, I drop my shoulders again. I say rib cage up. I push back into the heel toe. So it's in all four corners, but mostly on the heels. Breath, breath. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Okay, stay with me. You might be getting tired and you might be feeling a little burn from being tired, but you should not have shoulder pain, shoulder joint pain here, okay? I would be the only pain that you're having right now, okay? So keep your shoulders down, your chin tucked, and see how I'm not doing this fast? See, I don't have any weight, but my positioning. You have to really think about your positioning, okay? Drop your shoulders. Hang on with me, hang on with me, hang on with me. Okay, ready? Bring the elbows in. Right there, right there. Drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. Now take the thumbs back over your head. Don't drop your head forward too much. Keep your tummy tight. Knees are soft. Bring the elbows down just to shoulder chest level, then bring the thumbs back over the head again. Take a big deep breath. Bring them down. Elbows are in. Here we go. Here we go. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Up. Just do one more with me. One more with me. You can do this. Shoulders down. Shoulders down. Here we go. The thumbs are right over the head. And then come down. And then come down. And shake out. Okay, I warned you, didn't I? I said, those of you who came on, I said today it's going to be about arms, right? So the reason I wanted to do this little workout today is because I hope I have the recording on. I think I put the recording on. I'm not sure. Let me double check. I might have been doing all of this with no recording. I think I am recording. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. So the reason I wanted to do this is because there's a lot of people with shoulder issues. When you have shoulder issues, you tend to stop using your arms. Yes. So I'm showing you some techniques today that will help shape up your arms, but most importantly, will help strengthen them. Okay. So here we go. Next move. We've done this one before, right? So we haven't done this one with moving our feet a lot. So what I want you to do is put your palms up. I want you to drop your shoulders, okay? And all I'm going to do is tap. See, like that? Then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go tap. Now, if I notice myself over leaning like this, I want to stop doing that. I want to drop my shoulders about every couple seconds. Palms up, tap, tap. Don't over lean. Then we're going to do little circles. Okay? They aren't teeny, but I'm constantly doing a tap. I want to drop my shoulders. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. I'm not going super fast. If I can do this with my arms at this level, then I'll continue. If, however, you start getting very fatigued because let's say you are somebody that's had shoulder issues, your arms are going to be much weaker, okay? Do this whole thing exactly the way I'm doing it, down. See, that's fine. But if you can do them at this level, of course, stay at that level. But if you need to take a break, don't just stop. See, I'm doing this constant tap. I can go low, take a breath. Then I can bring it up to shoulder height. See that? And so
34, 35.
I was wondering when she was going to chime in there. Okay. Bring them right here. Bring them down. And then do this little recovery. See this? But you see, I'm hip hinged. My feet are wide. I'm pushing back with a very extended back. My chin is tucked. And then I get a great recovery rest for my arms. And I'm strengthening my back extensors. You will not strengthen your back extensors, and you will strain your back if you just willy-nilly bend over and flex your back. So don't do that, okay? So now let's take a little more recovery. We're going to step across. We're going to keep our arms down because I know you're getting kind of tired, okay? And we haven't even started the weights yet. It'll be fun, okay? So see, I'm right like this. And I'm stepping across. And then what I'm going to do is bring my other arm across this way. But when I do this and I grab this shoulder, I drop my shoulders. I drop my chin. I tighten my stomach. Yes. Then you come back. Take a breath. I'm going to go across here. Tighten. Drop. And then I'm going to grab right there and drop my shoulder again. Okay. Hang out here for just a little bit. Yes. And then come back. That's a decent recovery, okay? A little rest. But now that's enough, correct? Okay, I think we were doing this. Now we're gonna go hands up and we're gonna push the thumbs backward, okay? So I'm doing my circle in the direction that my thumb is now, okie dokie? So I'm gonna go back and back. And so what I'm gonna do with my foot now, instead of doing a tap, I'm gonna swing it from front to back a couple of times. Then I'm gonna step here, then I'm gonna swing the other one. And every time that I change my leg, I'm going to drop my shoulders. So breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Yeah. Now I'm gonna switch, drop my shoulders. So I'm just doing a series of front back taps. Okay, keeping my tummy tight, keeping my shoulders down. 1 or 2 more. Okay, now go to the other leg. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders.
31, 32.
Up. She's on to me, you guys. Okay, drop them and go like this. And remember the little setup of this position. These are bends. Pushing the butt back, keep my chin tucked, shoulders down, and then you pendulum. So you don't start pendulum until you've got your body set in the right position. Okie dokie. Big breath. Yes, 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 yes. Shake out, shake out, shake out. So one of the things that you need to know that you can do to strengthen your arms is use any type of an object in your hand that you can squeeze a little, okay? This just happens to be a weighted soft ball, okay? Just a weighted soft ball. It could be, you could have a wadded up tea towel. You could have a, you know, just put a big knot in a tea towel if you want to, okay? Or grab a weighted ball. It can be a 6-pounder. It could be a 2-pounder. It could be a 4-pounder. It could be a small bag of rice or beans. And you just grab it and you just push in on it with your fingers. See how I'm rotating it and I'm pushing in with my fingers? Yeah, I just want to push in with it, push in with it. So at the same time that I'm pushing in with it, now I'm going to step wide. I'm going to go side to side, drop your shoulders. So as I shift, I'll turn kind of catty corner so you can see what I'm doing. Number 1, drop your shoulders, drop your chin, bend knee, push your butt back. Okay, now you go shift, and all you're going to do is simply pull your knee into a bent position. See that? Okay, now you're gonna flare your elbows, okay? I'm gonna keep it under my chin, right here. I'm squeezing with my fingers. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring a leg up by bending my knee. See, flare the elbows, but keep them low. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Squeeze with your fingers and release. Bend that knee, bring the side of your foot up, and you're acting like you're leading with your heel. The knee is bent, but you're leading with your heel. Squeeze, release, keep your elbows flared. Squeeze, release, tight tummy. Squeeze, release, breath, 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 and breath. Now take that same object, whatever you picked up. It could be a tea towel with no weight. It could be a 4-pound. It could be a 6-pound ball. It could be a a bag of beans. It could be a bag of rice. And I'm squeezing in with my whole hand. See, I'm going to go tap on the knee. I'm going to go tap on the shoulder. Then I'm going to go a little deeper. Okay. So I'm going to go tap on the knee, tap on the shoulder. Now, before I turn and go to the other side, I'm going to push my butt back, tuck my chin. I'm going to bring that down and try to tap it right on top of my toe. Then I'm going to bring it all the way up. Okay. Then I'm going to switch. You ready? So I'm going to squeeze my whole hand. Then I'm going to come to my knee. At this point, y'all, drop your shoulders. You keep going like this. I know you do. Why? Because I'm looking at a little green slimy slug over here, and that's what we do. We just forget. But that's okay. I keep reminding you. Okay? Take a breath. Now we're going to go all the way down. So you're going to push your butt back, drop your shoulders, come all the way down to that side leg, bring it all the way back up to the middle. Okay, we're going to do the other side again. Shoulder, knee, push your butt back. Shoulder, foot, push your butt back. Bring it right up here to the center. Okay, then we're going to go shoulder, knee, up to the opposite side, shoulder, all the way to the foot. Really do that hip hinge. Come right here to the center. Okay, you ready? Shoulder, just to the knee, come up, shoulder, all the way to the foot. Push your butt back. Come center. Go to shoulder, knee, push your butt back. Drop your chin. Shoulder, all the way to the foot. All the way down there. Get your butt down. Get your butt down. Then come up. Yeah. One more. Here we go. Shoulder, knee, shoulder, all the way to the foot. And come center. The last one. Shoulder, knee, shoulder, foot. And then come back. All right. Now, here's your ball or your object, your sack of rice, your tea towel, your weighted ball, and you're going to come here and you're going to toss it back to you. So when I come up, see, I'm here, my back is extended, I'm pushing into my heels. When I come up, I'm going to toss it back. So what's the value in that? I want you to actually turn the whole hand, all right? That's going to make you use your whole entire shoulder girdle differently. So this needs to be a very light weight, if any at all. So I'm going to come back, turn back to me, toss back to me, catch it. Toss back to me, catch it, stay in your heels, stay in your heels. Take a big breath, in through the nose, out through the nose, toss it back, catch it. Keep your chin tucked. Woo! Take a breath, toss it back. Breath, toss it back. Breath, toss it back. Two more. Stay in the heels. Keep your shoulders down. Okay. Bring your weights. Go ahead and put them down where you won't trip on them. Yeah. Don't trip on them. Okay. Now we're going to start active loading. We were kind of doing passive loading in that we were not really using a lot of weight in our arms, but we're doing a lot of movement. So first thing I want you to understand is what is a 45-degree turnout. This is a 45-degree turnout with my hands and thumbs. And if I go like this with my elbows into my waist, I will turn my palms out and I will touch the outsides of my shoulders. See that? That is a 45-degree turnout. Okay? So now I want you to pretend that you in fact have a weight in your hand. Okay? We're going to do one at a time first. And at the same time that we do that, we're going to do what's called a split stance. You see that split stance? 45-degree turnout. See that? Boom, boom, right? And then we'll go together. Okay? Here's the deal. This will not work the way I want it to work on your shoulder girdle unless you keep your elbows attached to your waistline. Okay, it's very important that you keep them in because it puts your shoulder in a really good position to do a lift, a 45-degree curl that will really help shoulder issues. Now we're ready for the weight. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to pick up what I call for me a lightweight. It's going to be a lightweight depending on who you are. If you have shoulder issues, it needs to be very light, something that you can handle. Okie dokie. So I'm going to go ahead and get a split stance here. See that? I'm going to bring my elbows where? Yeah, I'm not going to have them out here. They're going to be locked into my waist. My shoulders are down. Okay? I'm sharing this load of my feet front to back. It's not any more on one than the other. Okay? It's a slight stretch in the back leg, but the knees are slightly bent. Everybody got it? So I'm going to come here with my light weight and then here. And see how I go down? I'm going to go tap, bring it all the way down. So 2 or 3 things I'm going to keep asking you. Are your elbows touching your waist? Yeah. Is your shoulders down? And then are your knees soft? And see, I'm not going fast. There's a big reason why not. Okay? Take a breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. If possible, tap. See? Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and bring it into a cadence type of a lifting. But notice something. What do you see? Do you see any space between my elbow and my side? No. I don't want to see any space happening. Your elbows should be touching the sides of you. Take a breath, 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 breath. Now bring them down. Let the weights go to your fingertips. You're going to switch your stance. So it's a split stance. You can go as wide or as minimal as you want, but it's a split stance. It is not a heel over toe stance. That would be very advanced because if you're standing in a straight line and you're doing this move, you're going to really be rocking and rolling. And I'm really focused on your arms right now. So make sure your stance is a little wider and it's split. Then you bend that knee. You do not bring your heel up. Okay? Are you ready? Elbows go in. So I'm right here now. Now I'm going to go tap with both of them. Bring them all the way down. Now, if you're gripping with a death grip with the barrel of your weights, loosen up. Okay? Don't grip them hard. Drop your shoulders. Keep your knees bent. Make sure you notice if you're drifting forward. I want you to stay upright. In other words, I want your ear over your shoulder and your shoulder over your hip. Okay? So if you keep saying rib cage up, you will get this stance correct. Make sure your elbows are in. Look. I don't even take my elbows away from my side when I'm here. Some of you are bringing your elbows up. Don't do that. Bring your elbows right here. Tighten your tummy. Bring them down. Bend your knees, say rib cage up. Do not take your elbows away from your side. They don't go away from your side, ever. Take a breath. Your palms are headed forward. Don't break the wrist. Some of you are breaking your wrists. Don't do that. Say rib cage up, breath. Just do 3 more with me. You should be about there now, feeling this. Breath, 1 more. Yeah. And bring it back and step forward. So we did alternating 45-degree curls, and we did together curls, okay? So now I'm gonna push my hands back like this, my palms, I'm sorry. See, my palms are back. Okay, so I'm gonna come right here. See that? So this has to be done very carefully. So both of my palms are headed back. See that? See that? I'm gonna come forward on one with an elbow bent, and I'm only gonna come about right here. Okay, I hope if you're out there doing this with me that you're gonna listen to this, okay? Switch your hands. It will be different with either one. I want you to try it, a trial for either one. It's a solid stance right here. My knees are soft, shoulders are down. Palms are headed backwards. When I come forward, do not take this up. This is where so many people have wrecked their shoulders. This is a very important move. But if you, oh, excuse me. If you've hurt your shoulder, you've got to bend your elbow and you cannot go up high, okay? Even if you've not hurt your shoulder, don't take this one with a weight up very high. Now we haven't even started the back arm. I just wanted you to get set right here. See that? So on the back arm, we're gonna go like this. Hold this one right here. On the back arm, our palm is up, and we're gonna go up. But we're gonna keep our arm pretty straight, okay? What's that gonna do? Whoa, that is gonna pull your shoulder way back there in a good way. Okay, so get your stance, and you're gonna bring the forward arm just a little bit, and this one is gonna go as far as it can. And you're gonna hang out here, and you're gonna do little pulses. Pull, pull, keep your shoulders down, keep your elbow in the front, very bent, and your palm is up in the back. Breath, breath, go, go. Okay, 2 more, 1 more, and bring them back. Right here, okay? And again, so our palms are gonna be both headed back, okay? So this is the one I went up with. Now I'm gonna switch, okay? So here I am. This one's gonna come up now, switch the front arm, bring it down. How's that doing? Then the back arm is gonna go as far as we can in the back. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go here. See that? I'm gonna put some, a little breeze on myself. I have an overhead fan. Okay, are you ready? So when you're in your stance, number 1, both palms are headed backwards. Drop your shoulders, okay? This one is gonna be right here behind my leg here. My knees are bent, my shoulders are down. This one is gonna come up, but my elbow is bent, and I'm not going any higher ever than shoulder. As a matter of fact, some of you should only come a little ways. See my elbow bent? It should not be straight in the front. It should be straight in the back. You got it? Breath, and come back down. Take a breath, shoulders down, rib cage up. boom, and back. Keep your shoulders down. Front arm is bent, back arm is pretty straight. Okay, both palms are headed back. Big breath. Woo. Big breath, shoulders down. Say rib cage up. Do not bring that front bent arm up past your shoulder. Breath. Go. Breath. Go. Breath. Go. Breath. Just two more. Do it with me. Drop your shoulders. One more. And bring it back. Nice. Now pull those right like that. See that? Now put it in your pocket. See that? See, I'm going to go pull. And then I'm going to go back. So look at this move. This is pulling the elbows back. And then down. Pull the elbows back. Really open the chest wall. And down. Pull back. And down. Excellent. Okay. Here's my chair. So I'm going to have a little sit. I'm going to go wide. This is our first sit to stand. So I'm going to go wide with my legs, toes forward. I'm going to sit here. See that? Okay. Big breath. Yes. And I'm going to bring my little hands here, right here to the side. I'm going to push them back. Then I'm going to bring them right up here, and I'm going to push them right to above the head. See that? So it's going to be just like little horns coming out of my head here. Some of you may think I have horns coming out of my head anyway. But anyway, here I am. So I'm going to come down. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to pull back like that. Push back. Bring them in. Bring them all the way up, right to the sides of the head. Okay, don't squeeze the barrel of the weights. Just hang on to it. Okay, you ready? So I'm going to come down first, swing them down, push them back, bring them in, bring them all the way up to the sides of the head. See that? So this is again a light weight, down first, then swing them down, then push them back, then bring them in, then come all the way up to just right there, right above the ears. I'm touching my head. Then bring them down. This right here is a very important move. Just from the ears to the shoulders. Then you tuck in the elbows. Then you push back. Then you come up, come all the way up to above the ears. See that? Okay, now we're going to hang out here for a second. We're going to go shoulder to above the ears. Say rib cage up. Shoulders above the ears. Shoulders above the ears. Yes. Now I'm going to start doing a little thing with my knee lift. See, all I'm doing is lifting it. As I'm putting these weights above my ear, touching my head to my shoulder, say rib cage up, bring that knee up, bring the knee up, breath, 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 and bring them down, and bring them down. We're only doing light weights yet. It's unreal, isn't it? How much you can use your arms and hardly have any weight, and it start kicking you. So I point this out for one reason. Anytime you have had shoulder issues, you are going to have a weaker arm. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt and just do these moves on a regular basis with no weight if you had a shoulder issue. my whole game, you guys, is trying to do moves that will move you toward better mobility. And if you hurt a joint or a muscle while you're doing the class, that won't move you there. So I'm saying respect the lining up of your postural position, and then respect that you can do a lot with no weight at all. Okay, for arms, even for arms. Okay, put your hands right here on your chair. You got it? Okay, you know how to bring your elbows back, correct? So generally for a prehab type workout for a lot of people that are thinking of having a hip done, a knee done, they've hurt themselves, whatever, they're going to tell them to do prehab. I'm just telling you, this is one of them. Normally you might have they tell you to put chair sides, get a chair with a side on it, because that just helps a little bit, but we can do it quite well right here. My elbows are back, yes. I'm gonna just drop my butt down, and then I'm gonna push it back to sitting. Wherever you're at, I want you to get to where you have confidence that you can actually get your butt off of the chair and you have the strength to put yourself back on the chair. This has major implications, this particular move, whether you can do it or not, which I don't need to go into. I think it's very self-evident, right? Shall I say toilet? Yes. Okay. Drop your shoulders, tighten your tummy, step out, drop your butt, bring it up. And if you want to really work the back of the arms and you're good to go, then don't rest every time. Bring it down and just barely tap down, barely tap. You see how I'm not going very far. I'm only going 2 to 3 inches, if even that. You can do this very well and gain strength behind your arms by just moving an inch, okay? Just don't rest. Keep your elbows bent, and they should be pointing straight back. Do not flare your elbows here. They should be tucking your sides. Drop your shoulders so it's down, and you think you're gonna come back and sit, but then don't sit. Breath, breath, breath. Keep your shoulders down. Go into your heels. Just don't rest. Keep your elbows back. Shoulders down, chin tucked. Go. Okay, stay with me. 3 more. Do it. 1 more. And release. Woo! I know you enjoyed that, didn't you? Okay. Grab your weight. This is still lightweight. Okay. Don't hold it heavy. This is going to be for legs now. I'm letting your hands rest. So don't give me the eye roll saying, do you know how much my arms are hurting right now? And I would say, well, that's not relevant right now because we're going to do your legs. So don't quit. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Drop your shoulders. Yes. You're going to hang out right here, and you're going to act like you're going to come up, but then you're not. You're going to act like you're going to come up and you're not. Breath. Breath. Keep your shoulders down. Push through your heels. Push through your heels. Push through your heels. Go. 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 Breath. Breath. Shoulders down. Push into the heels. Push. Breath. Breath. Hang on. Okay, 3 more. Stay with me. And come up. Ah! Okay, put your weight down. I know you're having fun. Big breath. Put your hand like that. Your hand like that. You're going to go heel. Heel up. Touch the shoulder. Touch the shoulder. Shift. Heel to hip. Heel to hip. Heel to hip. Keep your tummy tight. Breath. 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 Pull your heel back. Yes. And then do your pendulum swing. Now we'll do a swing. Yeah, just like that. Pendulum, pendulum, pendulum. Don't lean out. And look at my hands, you guys. They're not going up. I'm trying to get you to rest. Don't lift your hands anymore. Keep them down here. Down here. Then switch. Keep your hands down. Keep your shoulders down. This is a great recovery. You don't have to sling your hands way up over your head. Both of my feet are grounded, meaning I don't have a heel lifted or a toe lifted. And I'm doing these little gentle waist turns. See this? Turning the upper body. It should feel really good. Big breath. So here's what I want to point out in this workout. You should be feeling zingers in your hands. And we used our body weight and a light weight is all we used to really hit all aspects of our arm and shoulder. So I hope you enjoyed that. Okay.